We are on our day 22 of 50 days of Genesis. How's it going for you, Brian?
Yes, it's going well, thank you, and really enjoying it.
That's good.
And
That's
you?
Good. Yes. I'm loving the consistency. I'm loving the commitment. For me, the commitment from both of us, like being on the lives, being reading together, praying together, the power in being together and doing it from a place of rest. If you don't know what that looks like, it looks like you're just being and you're just knowing that there's no emotional attachment. It's just like, we'll just get it done. Anyway, we just finished our workout, Grow with Jo, and she is amazing. I should send you some videos of hers. Lovely mama of two, and yeah, she's got such a lovely spirit about her. She makes it really, she makes it really exciting. Sorry, I think I got your eyelash or something.
No, you got my eye fully. So,
Fully?
Yeah, that's right. A lot of experience growing up with that. So.
What, getting your eye? I thought it was your back. Anyway, oh, look, my hair just flops out. So the reading today was very interesting, wasn't it?
Yes.
Again, I just call it interesting because I'm looking with different eyes about, I use my imagination while I'm reading. And this was about Abraham and Isaac being a young boy and God speaking to Abraham to
Test him.
Yeah, to test his allegiance, I guess, or test him, whether he would sacrifice his son. Yeah, that was really...
So he went, Isaac, him, Abraham, and two servants, and on the third day he looked up and he saw Mount Moriah,
Yeah.
and said to the two servants, okay, you guys stay here, and they took the wood and stuff for the offering. And on the way up, Isaac asking his dad, okay, but where's the sacrifice? And Abraham replying to his son, God will provide.
It's pretty stinky in here.
And so building an altar and then tying up Isaac. It doesn't say at any point about Isaac either resisting or saying anything to his dad. And so he tied him, lay him down on the altar, raised his hand, and just as he was about to plunge the knife into his son, the Lord, stop.
Angel of the Lord.
Angel of the Lord, don't.
Yeah.
Now I know that...
I can trust you.
Yeah, that... Yes, you're not withhold anything from me.
Yeah.
And so at that point, God revealed a ram to him, which he then sacrificed, and then then they went back. There was another point. But then the Lord saying to him, now I truly know that, you're faithful and you hold nothing from me, and I will I'll make you a great nation.
Yeah, the sand,
stars in the sky.
Yeah.
That was great. And then talking a bit about the genealogy of his brother Nahor and Nahor's granddaughter Rebecca, and that's where it finishes off. But
Rebecca being the granddaughter of Nahor, who ends up marrying Isaac. Yeah, betrothed to Isaac.
But that's coming in another chapter. It's many times you read about this particular chapter being a picture of the Lord Jesus and his coming sacrifice.
Yeah.
Even with the number of servants.
The servants?
2 servants, Abraham, Isaac. Oh yeah, that's 4. Anyhow, so that was a great reading today.
Yes. Especially when it came to sacrifice, like Abraham could have withheld because
your only son
that you've been promised,
yes, through which the Lord already said nations will be birthed out of you.
Yeah, yeah.
And estimates.
It's kind of contradictory. You know, I'm giving you a son. It was a nice reminder of his loyalty to God, or his love for God. That it didn't matter if God could make a way if it was to be a sacrifice.
Raise him from the dead.
Yeah, could have raised him from the dead. He could have, done a manner of things. And it's the beauty of the word, like for Genesis, like doing this devotional, is that everyone should have a revelation, would have a different revelation. But for me, it stood out about the faithfulness of Abraham, and that God tested Abraham's faithfulness.
Why do you think he tested him?
It's a good question.
Why did the Lord test Abraham?
Yeah, I guess he had that 1% of but this is my son that you've promised me. He didn't argue with it. He just was like, yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Knowing that God would never, follow through with it. Because
But he did, because there was a ram.
Yeah, no, when his son had asked who is the sacrifice, and all Abraham could say is God will provide, next minute he's putting his son on the wood, What would the son be looking up, or would he just blindfold him, or doesn't say anything, so we don't really know, but would that cause Isaac to value, or I don't know, what he'd be thinking of his dad doing that? That'd be very, very hard, but there are things in our lives that we hold on to, and God's saying, would you let that go for this, for my kingdom? And how many of us would still want to hold on to things? Could be any manner of things. Could be trauma. It could be, your children, your family. You want to hold on to them so tightly that you don't want to hand them over, like Abraham handing over his son Isaac. I'm not saying hand them over to be killed, but hand them over when you
into the care of the Lord,
care of the Lord, or committing their lives and sowing a seed to them, and what that looks like for each individual differently. But yeah, and then the lineage of Rebecca was in the end. But that was a great reading. Really enjoyed that. Anything else?
Just thinking about us as parents, when our children reach that age of life of a dependency, and for every family it's different, but just trusting, especially if you're a parent that likes to hold on to your kids, that again being able to trust God with your children and trust their futures to Him, knowing that He will look after and care for them in spite of choices they may make in their lives, knowing that they still come under the covering of you as parents.
Yeah, and not seeing the problem with them, but seeing what they can become and saying what they can become.
Not seeing the problem, but seeing the promise.
Or the provision of the promise.
The promise.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, that was us.
Okay.
That's all good?
Yes.
Monday. Took the dogs. Monday, what'd you do? Go to work. We're learning to make meals more often at home. Run out of eggs. But that's okay. We can have porridge. All right, night.
Good night. Go out and change the world.